Hi, and welcome to the Belly to Belly podcast. And today we have a topic that is something that probably you're all seeing in your inbox. And we all get these emails offering us mailing lists for trade shows. And we're joined today by a great friend, Luke Yost from Creative Dimensions. Hi, Luke. Good day.
Hey, Bill. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So, these emails come in and it's so funny. You get them and it's, here we have the mailing list for XYZ event. Would you like to buy it? And you look, of course, who the email comes from, and it's some Gmail account. So, it's like you have no sense of credibility of these. But, we're getting questions from our clients. I would guess you are as well. How do you kind of view these mailing lists? Are these things that you say, it's good as gold, go buy it, or not? What are your thoughts?
Absolutely. So, at Creative Dimensions, we consult with the clients on, a trade show presence, should they participate in particular conferences. So this is very apropos to, the type of consultation services that we offer. And along those lines, we, generally speaking, we say to avoid that type of solicitation. What we as a company do and what we typically advise our clients to do is if they're going to a particular conference, a particular show, look at what those packages that are offered for, sponsorship and how you exhibit. Obviously, usually at higher tiers, they'll offer at least the names of the attendees themselves. And then for a little bit more money, depending on how the show's structured, they'll give you an actual email address as well. So generally speaking, that's how we as a company move forward. And that's how we advise our clients as well. Look to the actual show itself that you're participating in or the organization you're looking to get involved with and see what those types of packages are to get that contact information, because it's usually a little bit more vetted, a little bit cleaner, a little bit safer.
Yeah, and it's almost like two different questions, right? It seems like, should I buy this list from this third party, and what's the quality and value of that? And then the separate thing is, should I be spamming people, which is a totally different thing, right? If they haven't opted in, if they haven't come to your booth and expressed some level of interest, obviously we're, with our community, we're talking to companies all over the world that are coming into the U.S. So that, trying to understand the U.S. customs. So I think what you would address is sort of the answer to the first is that the quality is probably suspect. So be careful. And obviously, coming from a third party, it's not coming from the show organizer. So it could be old. It could be, not complete information. Which we see a lot. But then on the other hand, in terms of, sort of spamming people, do you have thoughts on that?
Absolutely, 100%. And I'm so glad you brought that up because we have a very recent example as a company. We had, and this is blanket for everyone. When you sign up to go to a conference or you're exhibiting there, you should really look at the fine print of what you're signing up for. Because if you do buy the list, oftentimes there's a caveat within there that says, do not use a large email service like a Constant Contact or something like that. Not picking on them at all, but if you communicate through people to your list that way, which we as a company do, they'll often say, we don't want mass solicitation, even if it isn't spam, if it's meant in the best spirit possible, you'll get in trouble for that. So we actually recently experienced that a couple of months ago. We retooled our marketing efforts over the last couple of years, to adjust to a new COVID reality. And we got flagged by Constant Contact a couple of months ago. And so we looked into it further and we pretty much targeted which show it came from, but somebody there actually went to the nth degree to report us up saying that, this was spam, this was this was that. And it was a list that we had purchased. It was a conference we attended. This was not something just third party that we went through. So we had to, scrub our list, go through that again and all of that. So it's one of these things that we've learned that a lot of conferences, if you do buy that list, they'll either put in dummy emails or people that are from their own organization under an alias. and they'll see, you know, a marketing communication come through, and then they'll report you up. And we think that's what happened there. And believe me, I know we have a lot of efficacy in our marketing efforts here, and that's not something that we do. We spam or anything like that. We put out quarterly newsletter, things of that nature, things that are very non-invasive. So that is something that we forewarn people against, that even if you are purchasing a list under the best possible circumstances, be aware of what parameters come with buying that list.
Yeah, no, you bring up a good point. There's always dummy email addresses in every list. They want to know how you're using it for sure. Yeah. And most people don't read that fine print. So all great points. So this is great, and I think really helpful, Luke, and ultimately I think really reinforces and helps folks who would otherwise probably, you know, without better information would buy these lists and then obviously be very disappointed when they do. Yeah, before we finish up, let's make sure people know what you do. So tell us just a little bit about Creative Dimensions and your services.
Sure. Creative Dimensions is, in a traditional sense, an exhibit house, but we're so much more than that. We provide a turnkey approach to our clients. So whether you're looking to design an exhibit or a conference or expo presence here in the US or abroad, we provide full service capabilities from initial cocktail napkin design and brainstorming through graphic design, architecture, fabrication, project management, see it through, and all of the logistics in terms of shipping, providing install and dismantle support through the end. So we're very much a one-stop shop, and we also are happy just to consult with designing and how to make the most out of your presence. So we do that. We're based out of Cheshire, Connecticut, but we have a global presence.
Well, and for our audience too, you may not know the name Creative Dimensions, but you likely know some of their clients. So they build studios for ESPN. So to give a sense of how well they're both recognized, the quality of their work, and how well they do in the industry. So yeah, no, it's an awesome company for sure. But thank you so much for taking the time today, Luke, and also for your wisdom. I think this was really helpful to share this tidbit with people, because I think without that counsel, there'd be a lot of people making, unfortunately, some bad purchases.
No, thank you very much, Bill. And I just want to thank you for this podcast and the information that you provide through Softland Partners. It's an invaluable resource, and we're proud to be a member. So thank you for all that you do. Oh,
my pleasure entirely. So thanks again. Have a great day. To our audience, make sure that you like and subscribe. We'll have Luke's contact information in the description, so check that out. And we'll see you at the next podcast. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.